A figure that looks like a small boy slowly walking outside his house. He walks for a few seconds and then completely disappears. Joan could not believe what his eyes were seeing. He says it was late at night and there was no one outside his house, especially not a young person walking like that. Could it have been someone invading his home, an intruder? But as we can see in the recording, it was a small figure that looked like a child. Joan believes it was a supernatural apparition. This case was posted by a TikTok user, recorded by a surveillance camera that captured something sinister, a camera located outside his house in the garage, monitoring his car. And it was inside his car that something very frightening was recorded. Pay attention. Inside the car, we can see the silhouette of something or someone in the back seat, or a being with glowing eyes staring directly at the camera. Now, what could that be? The man was completely shocked by that presence, since the car was locked. The next day, he went to check the car to see if someone had broken in, but the car was still locked. So what was inside the car that night? Could the car be haunted by a dark presence?
Dispatch, we're at the vehicle now. Driver's side doors open. Car's running, but there's nobody inside.
You serious?
Dead serious. It's just empty.
This case was recorded by a man who works in an old factory in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The watchman was reviewing the footage and saw something very sinister. Pay attention. A dark figure that looks like a dog or a cat. But it would be impossible for it to be an animal, since, according to the watchman, there are no animals in that place. He believes it could be the spirit or ghost of an animal. Some comments say it might just be the shadow of an animal walking on the ceiling. Now, is it just a shadow or a ghost, as the watchman believes? A hospital security guard was on duty. It was night when he started hearing strange noises. He grabbed his phone and took a photo of the hospital hallway. And in that photo, something scary appeared. If you look at the reflection on the floor, you can see the reflection of a person who appears to be holding a wheelchair. And if you flip the photo, you can see more clearly that it is a person. However, they only appear in the reflection. Could it be a ghost? The author guarantees that this photo is real and that it is a ghost, a spirit. Another video went viral showing something strange, where a group of tourists recorded what appears to be a giant creature moving in the sea of Indonesia. Pay attention. What would you do if you encountered these creatures? What do you think about this? Comment below. How would that be possible? Water was coming out like that from the middle of a tree. Some people who watched this recording said it was edited. Was it just editing or something real? Footage recorded by someone who was filming workers at a gas station. It was nighttime. The reason why this person was filming is unknown, but something very sinister appeared in the footage, something that left many people shocked. Pay attention to the evidence. In the recording, we can see a car leaving the gas station, and as soon as it becomes empty, a shadow appears right behind one of the workers. He walks, and a shadow, a silhouette, seems to be following him, as if it were his own shadow. However, that figure was standing beside him. He walks past the fuel pumps, and that shadow continues as if someone were walking right next to him. Many believe that this could be an obsessive spirit that was with him that night. Others believe it was simply the man's shadow. And you? What do you think? What's your opinion about this case? As always, you have the final word here on this channel. Another recording was made in a hospital. A woman who works in cleaning was doing her job during the night shift. When she heard a noise coming from a room, she grabbed her phone and started recording, without imagining that she would capture something very sinister. Pay attention. Well, in the corner of the doorway, a face appeared. Something staged? A fake video? That's for you to decide. Another case happened in a different hospital, where a stretcher was recorded moving on its own down a hallway. Pay attention. This recording went viral at the time because how could a stretcher move like that on its own? The floor is not slanted. That would be the only logical explanation for this. It's as if an invisible force was pushing that stretcher. Some followers say this could be the famous La Muerte, death. A factory watchman shared a recording made by the site's cameras, which captured the silhouette of a person that appeared in the middle of the street. Pay attention to the evidence. In the footage, we can see something appearing out of nowhere and walking before disappearing again. It is not known whether it was a real person that the camera failed to capture properly, or if it was the apparition of a ghost. The next video happened in a condominium in South Carolina in the United States. A surveillance camera captured something very sinister in the middle of the night. Pay attention. A small figure that seems to walk on two legs moves right under the stairs. Just as a woman appears, the figure seems to hide from her. And it looks like the woman didn't even notice the presence of that strange being. A small figure that could not have been a child because it was too small. This video quickly went viral on the internet, and many believe it to be a real appearance of a goblin. The next video was posted on Reddit. We can see a young woman standing in front of a mirror when something very strange happens to her hair. And she kept recording with her phone. Through the mirror's reflection, we can see her hair strand floating in the air, as if an invisible force was holding it. Suddenly, it drops. Now, what happened here? Could this young woman's house be haunted by a supernatural force that grabbed her hair? It's a very strange and curious recording, but as always, you have the final word here on this channel, so leave your opinion in the comments. The next case happened in a hospital bed, involving a patient who was in his final days in critical condition. Someone was filming him with a phone and ended up recording something very strange that appeared on top of him. In the footage, we can see what looks like a dark shadow sitting on top of him. Many say it could be an evil spirit, or even the Grim Reaper himself waiting for the man's time to come. Others believe it is just someone's shadow, an optical illusion, or even an edited video. And you? What do you think? The next recording was made by security cameras in a house and shows an elderly woman sleeping in her bed. It was night, and this footage was recorded days before she passed away. On that particular night, something appeared that shocked the whole family. In the video, what many believe to be orbs can be seen flying around the woman's room. Many say that this could be a paranormal manifestation, or even angels who were present that night. Another recording shows a very strange moment. A person was sleeping and orbs could be seen flying over them. It's a very interesting image since people say that the person in the bed was an elderly man who passed away one day after this recording. If you see it climbing, oh no, no, fading away. It was black, now it's white, changing, going up, disappearing. What was that up there on top of that mountain? For some, it was just a person dressed in white. Others believe it is real evidence because that place has many stories about beings like that. In broad daylight, in what appeared to be an ordinary neighborhood street, a scene unfolded that defied all logic and explanation. A police officer is seen struggling to restrain a pale, emaciated creature with elongated limbs and a skeletal body that looks anything but human. Its mouth is unnaturally wide, filled with dozens of sharp, irregular teeth, as if built only for violence. The creature thrashes on the ground, twisting its body in an inhuman way, letting out what witnesses described as a guttural, animalistic scream. Those who recorded the moment claimed that the being moved with impossible strength for its size. Some believe it could be the result of a dangerous experiment. Others say it is something not of this world. But one question remains. What exactly was captured on that street that day? A man in Argentina works as a night security guard in a supermarket. For some time now, he has been recording strange phenomena that have been happening in the store, phenomena that he believes are paranormal activity. Pay attention to the evidence.
Estoy acá completamente solo, soy el sereno de este supermercado y se escucha algo. ¿Qué es? Allá. Este aparato que se encendió solo. Yo no lo toqué para nada. ¿Y por qué? Ahí dejó de sonar. No, ahí vuelve a sonar otra vez. Está dentro de su paquete. Hace un rato terminé de lavar todo este sector, toda esta zona, y escuché algo que se cayó, ruidos por acá. A ver. No sé. ¿Qué pudo haber sido? Se cayeron estas cosas entonces. Un par de... Se desmueven algunas. ¿Quién lo habrá tirado? Se siguen moviendo, algunas quedan en movimiento. Creo que volvió mi amigo el fantasma.
Not only did a bell start ringing on its own, but objects were also thrown onto the floor, leaving him even frightened while recording everything with his phone. Objects being thrown to the ground, an invisible force moving a shopping cart, lights flickering. All of this happened during the night, and the guard believes it was a paranormal manifestation. One night, he even took his dog to work, and the dog started barking at nothing.